Here we get a good look at Morris. Had a chance to catch up with Maryland coach John Tillman yesterday. Said he's excited to have Morris as Kelly wins another face-off.
Stephen Kelly.
Kelly tried to do a little
trail
too much.
check, yeah.
A little too much.
Yeah, got him from behind that time.
We know you're not a Fogo, but press the offense a little bit, but give that thing up. You're playing as he's going to North Carolina, Scott. A couple years ago, everybody's like, everyone's an attackman down in Chapel Hill. You look at their projected 2014 roster, 20 midfielders, 20 players listed as midfielders, only 3 attackmen.
Wow. Stephen Kelly was the youngest player on the U.S. under-19 team. Left-hand bouncer wide of the mark. Let's go down to Booker Corrigan.
Joined by Danny Sweeney, playing defense tonight for the South team. Danny, how hard is it to come together as a defensive unit in an all-star event like this?
It's definitely hard. I know communication is not as great as it should be, and we've all never played together. But after 2 practices, you kind of get the feel of it, so it's not bad.
And Under Armour treats you guys pretty nicely, huh?
Yeah, they gave us a lot of stuff. Some cool gear.
Fantastic. Back to you, Scott.
And Danny Sweeney, one of those
Dinosaurs.
rather large, 6'4", 205,
yeah,
right?
He's a beast. Went to McDonough.
Now, he played basketball at 6'4", you'd expect that.
Why not?
And also water polo
Hey.
at McDonough. Multi-talented.
You got a pool, got to get in. He's headed to Villanova, Scott.
We could use a pool tonight. We're up on the roof here at Towson University, and as we said, today was, low to mid 90s and very humid in the area, and it's about 120 up on the rooftop here, isn't it? But the sun at least has gone down.
I was talking to some of the players before the game. They're like, man, we've played in California and Nevada, and we're used to heat, but not this, what do you call this stuff, humidity?
There's a shot and a score, tough angle. Turned the corner, and a shot and a score. So the North, that's Ryan Lukovic.
Lukovic out of Chaminade, one of the Chaminade 4. 36 goals, 33 assists this season. Virginia 7-8, a losing record. First time since 2006. The Cavaliers did not make the NCAA tournament. Lukovic joins an attack that loses Matt White and Nick O'Reilly down in Charlottesville, but gets back Mark Cockerton, James Pennell, Owen Van Arsdale. So I think Lukovic is going to have an opportunity to play right away for Coach Dom Starsha.
And the North gets a rare face-off win this time.
We're talking about Booker's interview with Danny Sweeney. Sweeney going to Villanova. He's a long stick midfielder, and Villanova's arguably their best player is a long stick midfielder, John Lacascio. So we'll see if that allows Coach Mike Corrado to put Lacascio down at close defense.
Pole to the goal and a shot and a score. Austin Pafani, who's headed to North Carolina. That's nothing new for him, Mark. He scored 14 goals, had 15 assists, and 140 ground balls.
Terrific athlete. Look, this is an offensive midfielder dodge. He sets his man up, stutter steps, beats him down the middle alley, and has the presence of mind and the composure to see the slide and just put a nice high bouncer. That was an offensive midfielder move, Scott.
Well, that's why he had 15 goals this year, 14 goals and 15 assists.
You look at the defense for North Carolina, Jordan Smith, Ryan Kilpatrick, Evan Connell comes back. Pafani can play long stick midi or he can play close. Stephen Kelly's got to beware of those trail checks. That's going to happen all the time in college.
He's playing against All-Americans, and they'll be there when he shows up at Carolina, right?
R.G. Keenan, the main face-off man for North Carolina the last couple years. He is a senior. Stephen's older brother, Frankie, is the backup face-off man down in Chapel Hill for head coach Joe Bresci. I think Stephen Kelly's going to be having an opportunity to contribute right away.
Zanker comes near side. Zed Williams looking for a step, fires wide right.
Zed Williams is the one. We highlighted him earlier in the broadcast. 444 career goals, 539 points, Scott, in 4 years.
Unreal.
People will argue that he didn't play against the stiffest of competition, so is he for real? And I'll tell you who's for real is Morris in the goal. 2 beautiful saves right there.
Zed Williams from the Seneca tribe. And a lot of Native American players have excelled, obviously, in the game of lacrosse. It's part of their heritage.
Well, the latest, of course, is the Thompson trio at Albany. Lyle Thompson, his brother Miles, and their cousin Ty. It's the Creators game. Good news on the World Games front, too. It looks like the Iroquois are going to be able to not only compete this year, they had some visa issues 4 years ago, or actually, I guess it's 3 years ago because the World Games are next year, but I think they're going to be able to compete in the blue division, which is the elite division, and the Iroquois certainly will field an excellent team.
Colin Heacock gives it up. Up top it goes. This is Ben Pridemore. Left-hander shot and a score. Nick Mazza with some heat on that one. Danny Fowler, no match for that one.
Mazza, 6'2", 195 pounds. Stutter step, side step, plants, beautiful placement. Mazza heads to Penn State to play midfield in a team that needs more midfield production. You return Tom Lacrosse, Kyle Van Thoff, Kyle Zittel. But that attack for Penn State, Jeff Tambroni did about 80% of their scoring last year, Scott. They need more midfield punch, and Mazza is one of those players I think that's going to give it to him.
11 goals scored already with nearly 11 minutes to play in the first half. And this has been back and forth. Nobody's had a two-goal lead in the game. So all those college coaches that are watching the underclass games for future talent, obviously all these guys are committed. They're just here watching their guys holding their breath, right? That nobody gets injured.
Yeah, and it's a source of pride.
Yeah.
You're talking with Bill Tierney yesterday. I saw Dave Petramala, Jerry Byrne, the assistant for Notre Dame. You know, they're here to check out, and they're proud that their players are playing in this Under Armour All-American game. It's a chance for them to shake their hands, smile at them, because guess what, boys? In about a month, you're carrying the water jug, you're shagging balls at practice, and you're singing songs in the freshman bus.
I had a college football coach tell me, first you recruit them, then you have to unrecruit them. So the North answers as we continue to go back and forth. We're tied at 6.
Goal by Nick Aponte. We just saw Mazza score a goal heading to Penn State. So is Nick Aponte. 24 goals, 25 assists for West Islip High School. And this has got to make Jeff Tambroni feel pretty good. Look at the
low
placement.
to high, yeah.
Wow. So Mazza and Aponte both heading to State College next year.
And how about the future of the Big Ten Lacrosse Conference?
Well, you know, Johns Hopkins just became the first affiliate member ever in the history of that conference. Maryland, of course, jumped to the Big Ten earlier this year. You've got Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, and then Rutgers migrating.
Yeah.
They'll begin play in 2015, Scott.
And you would think with Michigan's budget that eventually they'll elevate that program to be on par with some of the big boys in the conference.
They're committed. Had a rough season this year. Ohio State made it to the NCAA quarterfinals. Penn State, NCAA first round, upset by Yale. Johns Hopkins, of course, and Maryland had what you would call in Homewood and College Park disappointing seasons.
Pulled to the goal and a shot to score. So this isn't just about the attacks in the middies. That is Jack Lambert from Cross River, New York. He scored before. He had 8 goals this season, 8 assists, 115 ground balls. He's also an all-state football player who set a single season record for touchdowns at his school.
So what is this, tit for tat? Mazza and Aponte from Penn State score. Then the long sticks headed to Carolina. First it was Pafani, and now it's Jack Lambert.
If you're Jack Lambert, I guess you have to play football. That's a football name.
I'd imagine so.
And he set a school record for touchdowns.
So you've got 2 long stick midfielders headed to Chapel Hill with offensive mindsets.
Zach Currier had it, but the North with possession. North on top 7-6. 9 minutes to play first half in the Under Armour All-America Lacrosse game.
Carolina, of course, no stranger to offensive-minded long stick middies. The Staines brothers, Ronnie and Mark.
Nice trail check there.
Who said this was an all-star game, Scott? Everybody's playing hard, fighting for these ground balls.
Kevin Gayhart made the play there. Gayhart 6'5", 210.
True.
He's headed to Penn. Played at Episcopal Academies from Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. That left-hander just missed. Let's go down to Booker Corrigan.
Joined by Stephen Kelly. Bones, you're facing off tonight and you're playing both ends of the field. How exhausting is that for you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's tiring with this heat on the turf, but, you know, it's a great time. But, you know, we're all running here. We're all pretty tired. It's having a great time, though. And, you know, going two ways can be, you know, get the wind out of you a little bit, but it's fun. I love it. I love doing it.
And the Under Armour experience, how does it compare to the Under-19 experience you had for Team USA last summer?
Absolutely. Both were absolutely unbelievable experiences, you know. U19, something I'm always going to remember with those group of guys, but this in itself is absolutely awesome, you know, meeting 44 or 43 new guys, you know, 44 new girls, you know, and just building new relationships. It's absolutely a great time. Hooked up with a lot of sweet gear, you know, and just hanging out, playing lacrosse, which we love to do. So it's really been awesome.
Great experience. Stephen Bones Kelly headed to the University of North Carolina. Let's go back up to Scott and Mark.
I like that he pointed out, not only met 44 guys, but there are 44 girls here, too.
Girls.
Right? Yeah.
Way to go, Stephen.
We were at the lunch, boys and girls there, right?
The North, I believe, beat the South 18-16 in the girls' All-American game.
Courtney Fortunato was the game's MVP. She tied an event record, scoring 8 points on 4 goals and 4 assists. North came from behind in the second half, beat the South 18-16.
Incredible athletes.
Yeah, we're going to hear from Courtney at halftime. Ball down, North back in possession. 6:40 to play, first half. North in the dark jerseys on top of the South, 7-6. Oh, wow. Big hit there. All-star game. They're playing some defense. Protect the crease, right?
Might be an all-star game, Scott, but you protect the paint.
That was Kevin Gayhart, who we talked about. I think it forced the turnover the time before.
Hey, you mentioned Gayhart, 6'5", 210, headed to the University of Pennsylvania. He's a defenseman.
Looking at his notes, they named him the league's most improved player in 13. Also played basketball and football, multi-sports. There's a pattern here. Whoa, looked like a change of pace almost. But Mazza with his second goal of the game. And we're back tied again. What's new?
The Keystone State taking over. Gayhart with the physical play on the defensive end of the field and labels the South to get possession. They come down, and Mazza, guy's a gunslinger. Look at this move. Lefty, he sort of tucks it underneath.
Yeah, hard to find that, right?
Of his thigh, and then just pew. A little dance for you too, Scott. Well done.
North wins the face-off.
You know, if you're going to come with the dancing moves, Miles Jones, who's going to be a sophomore at Duke, a couple years ago did the Dougie for us out there. And you got to come hard.
You had to tell me what it was.
You got to come hard like that.
I didn't recognize it, but you seemed to be right on it.
Yeah, Miles Jones was doing his best Soul Train impersonation out there. Excellent dancer.
One of the few times in this game where it slowed down a beat or two, because it's pretty much been end-to-end.
Well, the good thing about, the sun's going down, so the temperature will drop a little bit. The guys are sweating profusely, so maybe that'll cool them off some, staying hydrated on the sideline.
Kelly with a step and a shot and a score. So Stephen Kelly, who's been big at the X, gets into the scoring game with the left-hander. We just heard from him down on the sidelines with Booker Corrigan.
We said before, he's so much more than just a Fogo, face-off, get-off guy. Kelly is a bona fide offensive scoring threat. And look, he's plays with both hands effectively, right and left. And that time it's just a simple left drag dodge. Double was a little bit lazy, didn't get out on his hands. Kelly's able to ping the corner again. You look at the North Carolina roster, Scott, 20 midfielders are listed. I think they're accepting applications for attackmen down in Chapel Hill.
And you know what you won't find in the program about Stephen Kelly? Doesn't list his want to. And watching him play football and lacrosse, he got a lot of that.
There you go.
Yeah, makes him a special player.
Sure. We talk about the attack for North Carolina coming back. You've got Jimmy Bitter, Joey Sankey, and Patrick Kelly, Stephen Kelly's cousin, will be a sophomore next year for Coach Joe Bresci.
.420 to play first half. Scott Garceau, Mark Dixon with you. Johnny Unitas Stadium.
There you see the college coaches, front row seat, checking out their new players.
North on the break. Upstairs, shot to score. Well, you got the best players in the country, and when you let them get in that close, you almost feel bad for the goalies, right? Trying to stop that stuff.
That is just a beautiful play by Matt Ryan, the long stick midfielder. Look at him pick the pass off. Look at that, like a free safety. And watch the soft hands, the vision, and that's just a touch pass over to Guttering. And look at Guttering just plant his feet, sticks it high to high. Beautiful job by Ryan, good finish by Guttering.
And we're tied at 8. We've been tied at 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Matt Ryan, Scott, headed to Harvard University next year. He's a long stick midi. They've got a good one in Brian Fisher. We'll see if Fisher moves down to close defense for Coach Chris Wojcik, and Ryan will take over the long stick midfield duties. And then Guttering heads to Duke University. You want to talk about a returning attack for the national champions. Jordan Wolf is back, Case Mathias is back, and Josh Dion is back. Starting attack unit for your national championship team is back.
Well, take a good look at these young men, because they are the best, and you'll see them starring in the college game. There's another shot to score. Of course, the South would answer. Matt Rambo's got another one.
Fowler's like, geez, I'm going to face that guy for 4 years. He'll be at Maryland. Fowler will be at Duke. Look at the spin move. And Rambo is naturally an attackman, but he's playing midfield tonight for head coach Josh Sims. And this is just a simple roll dodge. That's all it is. Starts out with the right, puts a stick in his left. Sticks it for his second goal of the evening.
Back to the quality of this class in this game. 33 Under Armour All-Americans in the Final Four this past season. 7 Duke starters in the championship game, Under Armour alum.
Well, you talk about another Under. I just saw one yesterday, Deemer Class.
Okay, yep.
Was out at a Got Skills training session, watching him work with some youngsters. Ran second midfield for the Blue Devils.
Oh, where did that come from? Triple team, looked like he was down in a heap, and suddenly a shot and a score. I need to see the replay of this one, Mark. I'm not sure where that came from. Another one of the guys you highlighted in the pregame show.
Wilkins Dismuke, a left-handed, powerful, strong dodger.
Oh, there it is.
And look at him.
Oh.
And look at 17. He's like, you kidding me? He kept the ball in his stick. That's John Blatz, or Ed Blatz.
He was smothered. Dark jerseys everywhere, and out of the pile, a shot and a score.
Dismuke gives Dave Petromale and Bobby Benson, the offensive coordinator for Hopkins, something they haven't had the last couple of years. A big, strong lefty attackman. They return Will Stanwyck. They've got Brandon Ben working the inside. They graduate Zach Palmer and John Kasner. Dismuke will have a chance to contend for playing time immediately for that Johns Hopkins attack unit.
Most goals ever in the game, 35 total. They might get after that one here tonight, the way this thing's going. Got 18 on the board with 2:48 to play in the first half.
Eddie Blatz is just looking around like, you kidding me? I can't believe that Dismuke held on to that ball.
First 2-goal lead in the game at 10-8 with the South on top. Both coaches expected to split time with their goalies.
Oh, yeah.
By halves.
Josh Sims was messing with you, saying he was going to play one goalie over 1 and 4.
He said he was thinking about going 1 and 4 and 2 and 3. But
he's just messing with you. He wanted to make your job tougher.
Yeah. Not the first time I've been had. Battle for the ground ball, won by the South. Look out. Will Reynolds in trouble.
That's one thing attackmen will need to do at all levels. Shout out to...
Oh, nice play there. Faked the shot, and then Emery moved in about 3 more steps, unloaded and scored.
You'll recognize the name Emery in college lacrosse. His older brother Rob, playing for the University of Virginia. Matt will join him in Charlottesville. Fakes the shot, little hitch move, steps in, draws the defense out. That's not good defense, by the way. Nice shot by Emery.
That's all-star defense, right?
Olay. You talk about the midfield unit for the University of Virginia. They return Ryan Tucker, Rob Emery, Chris LaPierre will be back after missing what should have been a senior season due to a knee injury. Greg Caholen had a nice season for Dom Starcia, so.
Stephen Kelly with another face-off win, but runs into some trouble. Ran into a triple team and turned it over.
Yeah, talk about riding for attackmen. Want to give a shout out to my U11 Rough Rider team. Hope you guys are hydrating, getting ready for tomorrow's action. Talk about riding all the time at the youth level.
I want to give a shout out to your opponents that are going. I hope those kids are hydrating and wish them well tomorrow.
I wish them luck.
What is this is a tournament, right?
Tournament, yeah.
Okay.
Tournament.
Good luck, Coach Dixon.
Thank you.
AKA Coach Marinovich. You didn't throw your hat today, did you?
Of course not.
It's too warm. Had to keep that head covered, right?
Got to keep the bald head from getting sunburned.
And there's a shot in the score. Little bouncer on the left wing from Ian King. King representing Ohio in this game. He's from Xavier in Cincinnati, and he'll be playing his college lacrosse for the Michigan Wolverines.
We talked about Michigan a little while ago, the Big Ten Conference. This is the second ever Under Armour All-American for John Paul and his Michigan Wolverines. Just a nice little stick fake right there. Defense bit, King steps in. Michigan 1-13 this past season, Scott, so really the only place to go for the Wolverine program is up.
Yeah.
Getting players like King's only going to help.
Oh, right on the doorstep, and bang, bang, just like that. And the South keeps winning face-offs, and that'll lead to things like that, right?
Danny Fowler's just kind of being hung out to dry right about now. He made several nice saves here in the first half, but you're not going to stop this one. It's the face-off work. You hit it, Scott. You win it clean. You come down. Backside, Dismuke, the lefty, sweeps the ice after sticking it in the back of the cage. Nice handle, good finish.
I think that's 5 unanswered goals now. We had ties all the way from 1 through 8, and then the South has gone on this run. Under a minute to play in the first half. South on top 13-8. They're scoring goals at a record pace here in the Under Armour All-America Classic.
Nice takeaway.
Oh, that was pretty.
Zach Courier. Swim move.
Zach to the rack.
Wow.
And off the pipe.
Courier lost the face-off, didn't get up, got the ball back.
10 seconds.
There's some body.
Ooh. Time running out, and with 1 second left, the South adds another one. Dismuke with a hat trick in about, what, 3 minutes?
Give a lot of credit to Wilkins Dismuke, but the North defense, I think, let up a little bit. The South offense right now is just rolling. Nice ground ball and good clock recognition by Courier. Look at a little one-handed pass. Everybody from the North is running up the field. It's not halftime yet, boys. Dismuke has the hat trick.
From Lone Tree, Colorado, Wilkins Dismuke. Two-time Denver Post Player of the Year and Athlete of the Year.
Dave Petramalo mentioned he has a little bit of Canadian flair to his game, and you saw the nice stick fakes right there. And the
well, Dismuke scored the 10-8 goal. He scored the 13-8 goal, and then capped it with 1 second left with the 14-8 goal. I think they need a cold beverage. Let's go down to the sidelines and join Booker Corrigan.
I just hold it like this.
Joined here by Courtney Fortunato out of Northport High School in Long Island.
Our job is to make you better. One great innovation at a time. The next great athletic innovation isn't available just yet, but it's being built at Under Armour right now. I will.
Are you checking me out?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, I know when I'm being checked out.
At Rent-A-Center, we don't check anyone out, ever.
Not ever, huh?
No, you're good.
I know I'm good, but
Everything okay?
she's checking me out.
No, we don't do that at Rent-A-Center. You're free to buy whatever you want without a credit check.
I'm just used to most stores checking me out.
Well, are you guys checking me out?
Get the brands you want without a credit check at Rent-A-Center.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Still doesn't feel real. Our time together was so short.
Well, since you have Progressive's total loss coverage, we were able to replace your totaled bike with a brand new one.
The tank, the exhaust. Well, she looks just like Roxy. You know, I bet she's in a better place now.
I'm sure she is.
Getting you back on a brand new bike. Now that's Progressive.
This is Mike Trout. He may be the greatest five-tool player in a generation. He's got so many tools, he's like a Swiss Army knife. But he's not Swiss, he's from Jersey. What's he doing with all these tools? He's stealing souvenirs, inflating ERAs, and inspiring a love of freshwater fish at Angel Stadium. He's Mike Trout. He's just getting started, and he's about to take the stage. Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell. Red Sox Angels tomorrow at 8 on ESPN.
You are watching Under Armour All-America Lacrosse, all part of the Summer of Next on ESPNU. The girls' game was won by the North. They rallied in the second half to defeat the South 18-16, and Booker Corrigan is with the game's MVP. Booker?
Thanks, Scott. I'm joined here by Courtney Fortunato out of Northport High School on Long Island. Courtney, you're headed to Notre Dame University, but you were the MVP this year. You set a record for points in the game. Detail for us your experience with the Under Armour girls senior game.
It was an incredible experience. A big honor to win the MVP award. It was a really good game, back and forth, very even both ways, and it was just exciting. And yeah, like I said, a big honor to be in it, just to be selected for it. Everyone was amazing that played, and everyone was deserving of the award. So.
And you're by no means new to the Under Armour All-American experience. You played in it twice before on the underclass game. How important has the Under Armour lacrosse experience been to you in your recruiting aspect and ending up at Notre Dame?
Very important. Just like all the other tournaments, this one really brings in the college coaches and lets everyone get the exposure to them. And, you know, we put together great teams, so it's easy to just like showcase yourself and have a good time, and it's just a really fun experience.
And having a good time. Now let's look forward. You're headed to Notre Dame. What are your expectations as you join the Fighting Irish?
Very high. I'm really hoping that obviously like a national championship would be amazing, but I just hope that we play really well, and I'm sure I'm going to have